Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a Farming Simulator 19 map spotlight. Yes, it's Lone Oak. I've actually been looking forward to this map. I don't normally play American maps, but Lone Oak kind of is an exception. It's one of these maps that I just get on well with. Quick thing to start, it is seasons ready. I'm doing this first look without seasons, so it kind of fits everybody, including you guys that are on console. Oxy has given me the go-ahead to make this first look and release the video. So, apologies for any minor frame rate hitching. I think Oxy's got some, I think there's some there's some shaders that the game doesn't usually use going on, I think. So right here is where you start off. This is New Farmer, so I got all the basic equipment, all the starter equipment, including this pickup truck and a dog. So this is the house. There isn't going to be much changed about the map from FS17. I think the biggest change is that the horses have been put in. And obviously the dog as well. So it's mostly going to be the same map. So let's go have a look at... It's been months since I've been on this map and I immediately know where everything is. This is kind of glorious. I've got a habit of forgetting maps and this one just sticks with me for some reason. Let's have a look at the starter equipment. So obviously you got the pickup, you got an 8-oar. That makes... actually tons of sense. Anything in this shed here? No, you got a case, a very highly reflective case sign. That GG Farm Sim Reflections is reflecting the sky somehow. That's Farm Sim being Farm Sim. I'm presuming that most of the equipment's going to be in this shed. Nope, just the S790 with dualies and a stonking great header. This is a map for the big boys. The big equipment is, I don't want to say required, but advised on this map. Let's see what's over here. You got big old Joskin trailer, 6-meter cultivator, Bergman forage wagon, the huge Stara Cedar from what was it Platinum in FS17? From the big DLC in 17, the huge plow, not the biggest in the game, but the second biggest. That is quite loud. Holy cow, grain dryer. Calm down. Big Kuhn Metris sprayer. Huge equipment. More is just tiny, and that I find that funny for some reason. Is that a 6M? 6M round baler, weeder, and it looked like there was something else. Am I missing something here? I may well be missing something, so let me just have a little gander in this shed here. That is not a real door, is it? That is not a real door. Is this a real door? That is not a real door either. Are any of those doors real? No. You got the fuel point there. Yeah, no, that... okay. Apparently that's a fake door. GG. This shed, however, does have a real door. Anything hidden in here? No. This is, by the way, my legit first look. I'm not kind of going into this knowing. Here's the cow area over here. Like I said, most of it's going to be the same as in FS17. And what I'm going to do to avoid using cheat run constantly is use the pickup truck to get around. There is a barn area right over here. I'll just show you guys. There's your straw, your bale sell point if you want to use it. You start off owning field 34 over there. Starter fields, if you're on New Farmer, by the way, are 34, 41, 42, 32, and 29. As you can see from the minimap, pretty much the same layout in terms of fields as in the original NFS 17. Oxy's done a hell of a job just converting it and keeping it loyal to what the map is. And you might notice something that is usually a feature of American maps. Not all the fields are square. They're interesting shapes, which is probably part of the reason that I like this map specifically. Is it's not all made of boxes. Is there anything over in this yard here? This is the pig yard, I believe. Nice big shed for your bales if you want to store your bales a bit remote from the yard, the main yard, and you can bring them all the way in there. Here are the pigs. The pig area is kind of here in general. Are they infinite triggers? I don't think they are. I think they're just for show. I think I'm kind of gone off the infinite seed and fertilizer trigger thing lately. I really like using the big bags now. As convenient as it is. I should mention, if you do want to use this map with seasons, I'm going to recommend a geo for you, because obviously seasons updated recently. I'm going to recommend the Midwest US geo, mainly because you can like have all of the crops that you would expect to see in America. You can have your cotton, you can have your sugarcane, you can have your I would presume soybeans actually having some sort of production that isn't just a 0.9% or 0.9 multiplier. This does, by the way, have custom crop textures, as you can see. This is, I believe, corn, is it? Oh, it's wheat. This is a wheat texture. So you can see there are custom crop textures, as well as Oxygendavid's new grass, which I think debuted on the Oakfield update. So, there's going to be plenty to find in terms of like new texture work. I think the cotton's the same texture. I tend not to pay cotton too much attention. That looks like canola maybe there? Or is this soybeans? Or no, that's cotton. No, it's soybeans. It looked like cotton, but it's soybeans. Up over here you got your sawmill. Again, could you guys just kind of assume that when I show you somewhere I say it's much the same as it was in 17, because you know Oxy is his aim with this was to be as true to the original map as possible while including the 19 specific features, so there's going to be a few changes just for 19 specific stuff, but it's mostly the same. Where do we want to go next? So I'm going kind of clockwise around the map from the yard, so we'll be finishing up at the Hollister stores and Lone Oak Company. So let's head over to AgriXJS and the biogas plant and the shop. Now you can see why I was toying with the idea of using cheat run. Because this is a big map. It's standard size, but it feels a lot bigger than it is because it's this is something I've always credited BulletBill with, is he always made maps where you had to explore them, or maps that rewarded exploring and exploration. That is, I want to say this is sugar beet in here. That is sugar beet, and we have. This is definitely a new barley texture. That is not a default in-game texture for the barley. That looks really pretty. So, new textures on. I'm gonna say it's a new coat of paint on the map. You know, fresh coat of paint, just making it look a bit nicer, dolling it up for the new game. I'm not missing anything by here. Oh, the animal store as well I need to look at, or I want to look at. So here is AgriXJS and the BGA. We'll go in here first, then we'll hop over to, that's, oh yeah, it's the shop over here. So this is the AgriXJS. I think it is, yes. And yeah, again, it's much the same as it was in 17. Oxy was never gonna change a whole bunch of stuff just for the sake of it, because he was rejigging the map for 19. It was always going to be much the same map. And up here is Gavco, the BGA, with the ginormous... I think this is one of the features that was, in my eyes, notorious about Lone Up, was the gigantic biogas plant silos that were like near impossible to fill, as well as the silo you can kind of back up to for the most part. I don't know if a truck will actually... fallen in. I don't know if you can actually get a truck to back up and tip there. By the way, if any of you ever noticed these looked a bit odd or maybe familiar, it's because... Are there any here around here? Yes. It's these tipped on their side. It's, and stretched out. That's why some of the textures look a bit interesting on it. It's just those bollards being repurposed. The reason I point that out is not to make fun of Oxy or BulletBill or anything. It's to point out that sometimes you can make really interesting things on maps. I do find that really interesting. You can make really interesting things that are unique and different without really going out of your way to make a new model. You can just repurpose stuff. Here is the animal shop, Winterhawk's Auctions, which it looks like it's a full drive-thru. I don't think I ever used this in 17. And oh my god, the miniature American flags. It kind of looks like like some weird Salem witch trials courthouse at the same time as an auctioneer's. That's a bit creepy. And of course you have over here the Lone Oak shop, which I discovered in the past. You can totally fit a big bud with triples on top. That is very doable. It takes a bit of finagling, a bit of finesse, but you can totally fit a big bud on top if you really want to. And again, extremely shiny case signs in there that I'm presuming they're intentional. But sometimes it's very hard to show you guys this map without saying, hey, this is the area that you might remember from 17, and it's much the same. That's kind of the point of the map, is it's just fresh coat of paint on the map. This is the way down to the sheep, yes. And is that new corn texture or is that base game? Just zoom out and have it checked. That is a new corn texture. That is, I think, not the base game corn texture. But I don't grow corn much in games, so I'm just presuming. I'm also presuming that's corn. It is in fact corn, so I at least got that much right. In terms of equipment, I think Oxy has pretty much actually... Usually I'll say, oh, the starter equipment kind of doesn't make sense. For this size of map, the starter equipment does make sense, except for the mower. The starting harvester and stuff all makes sense. This is Lone Oak Ranch, and here is where the sheep will live. Nice big old pasture for the sheep that you can open these gates here and get into. That's a huge pasture, actually. Holy cow, I didn't realize it was quite this big. Like, I thought this was the sheep pasture, and I was thinking, oh, this is quite large. No, it just continues on over here for another 3 miles. And... Excuse me? Apparently you own this area. What do you actually start off owning? Because I'm presuming the BJ is going to be part of it, because sometimes the maps get a bit... Yeah, the BJ is part of it. So this is just the gigantic, like, blank area in the middle of the map that you start off owning because there's no point otherwise. And it does include the BGA, because sometimes if you don't own the BGA on maps with pre-placed silage pits, this is a fun fact and potentially useful for map makers that might be watching that aren't called Oxy, because he knows this. Sometimes if you put a BGA, if you put like placeable silos in, or you have baked in silos, the player actually needs to own the BGA for them to work. That was a lesson learned by Oxy the hard way. And I've just knocked the Xbox controller out, which isn't good. Come on, there we go. Coming up now to... yeah, this is going to be the shed that I always sold my bales in for one reason or another. And it's... the barbed wire has no collisions. I'm kind of fine with that. Actually, I'm really fine with that, because you can actually, like, reverse into the shed without bashing off that barbed wire a million times. So it's... again... I'm not even going to say it this time. It's faithful to the map. There's no huge changes that people who loved Lone Oak in the past, including me, were like, oh, it wasn't like that before. That looks really unfamiliar. It's much the same map, and of course, we are going to finish with trying to have a look at a sunset down by the lake. So the one big change is that right here, somewhere, presuming it's in the back here, yes, here is the horse stable, or the horse ranch, I guess, because it's America. This is where the horses will live on your map, and it's the only big change, and it's, I guess, does it make sense? I guess it kind of makes sense that it's there, but there's always a problem when you're editing a map for a new game. Some things might feel shoehorned in. It kind of feels like it makes... It feels like it makes sense being there. There was space there that was going in use, so it makes sense for it to be there. And the horse ranch is just across the road from the Green Oak Woolen Mill, as well as the huge manure sell point. So you got your spinnery and your manure sell point right here. If you're producing loads more manure than you'll ever need, good place to get rid of your spare, your excess, your quite literally unwanted crap. And we'll head down to the last two sell points. And then we'll head back to the lake and see if we can't zip time forward to get a nice sunset. Although I've just realised I don't have my usual timescale mod in, so I might not. This is the Lone Wolf Progressive, or Green Company, Lone Oak Company. Apparently they got bought out recently. And big, okay, big old placeable area here if you want to put down a couple of sheds and operate kind of a secondary yard, I guess. Maybe if you want to put a silo here and take advantage of the fact there's a grain sell point right here, you can stockpile loads of grain. And again, much the same as it was in 17. All feeling very familiar. And across the road you have Hollister root crop cold storage, which is for potatoes and sugar beets. And I'm fairly sure these are sell points. I want to double check with Hollister. That in fact is... yes, it is a sell point for pretty much everything. You can sell slurry, the biogas plant, as well, apparently. Okay. Didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could sell slurry at the BGA. This is like, Lone Oak is the only mod I have turned on, so I'm guessing that must be a thing. So let's head back to the, actually, let's head over to the Lone Oak. I'll leave you guys go about the rest of your day while once I've parked up there. Now, quick thoughts about the map. This is literally the first time I've opened it up. It is really, really nice. It is just... It's a map that I want to play on. And I feel like the idea that I've got for this map is a good one and might interest you guys moving forwards, but we'll get to that when we get there. If you want like an American map and you're bored of Ravenport and the stuff on the mod hub just doesn't do it for you, well, maybe consider Lone Oak. If you're a fan of American maps, definitely give it a try. If you're not, give it a try anyway. You might be surprised. It's got a bizarre hybrid American English feel, and it ticks a lot of boxes for me personally, because it's different enough to be different, but samey enough to be this. But it's familiar. So hopefully, coming soon. TM question mark. This will be coming eventually. Oxy said there were one or two things needing to be tested by him, or by before he sends it to Giants. So that I'm clear there. A couple of things need testing before it goes off to Giants. After that, it's down to Giants. Once it's with Giants, it's in Giants' hands. Hopefully coming soon to PC and console. For PC players, it is seasons ready. You can throw seasons and whatever geo you like. You can use the Wales geo if you really want, or just have Snowed Oak if you want to use the Snowy Lands geo, or like I plan on using, you can use the Midwest US geo, or you can just be I don't want to say lazy, just be standard and use standard seasons with no geo installed at all. But I'm gonna leave it here. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you're looking forward to this map. Leave your thoughts on the map below. I'm really liking the new crop textures. They are very pretty, and probably it was causing, if you remember at the very start, I had a few frame rate hitches. That was the crop textures loading properly, I think. Or the shaders for the crop textures loading, because different crop textures have different shaders. I'm a fan of this map. I will be playing it soon, TM. It will be on the channel. I'll be featuring it because it is very good, and I feel like once it's out, you guys should all definitely give it a try. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.